Right, at this point, we don't really get surprised anymore if we are lied to by our politicians or governments. But being lied to is still very different to when governments or politicians do things quietly behind our backs without telling us. This is about the latest scandal that's actually been going on for a while, but it's now been revealed again in detail that our Prime Minister has been given some rights to illegal migrants. Yes, the Channel migrants who come from the conflict zone, which is France, have now been given right not just to stay, but also work while they are still illegal migrants. Not when they're approved, not when they actually become British citizens. No. When they're still going through the process, we don't know who they are, we can't vet their backgrounds properly, but our Prime Minister thinks that's a good idea. So thanks to the Telegraph, we discovered that these migrants have been quietly given the right to work in certain sectors, including care homes, construction areas, agriculture, and this is actually about 16,000 of these so-called asylum seekers, who include those who cross the English Channel on small boats, who have actually been given a right to work in a single year, by the way. So this is actually thanks to the Freedom of Information request that's been done. They have been allowed to work in occupations in which there are recognized staff shortages and are paid 80% of the going pay rate. So this is actually the fascinating thing about the whole crisis. Because of course you're going to get some liberal leftists coming to say, this is actually a good thing, we're making them work, they're going to integrate. No. Forget about the fact that we still don't know who these people actually are because we can't vet their backgrounds. There's another issue that you're not addressing. And that's about the fact that this is just going to increase the pull factor. More people are going to be thinking, wow, if I go to the UK from the conflict zone that is France, not only am I going to get free Domino's pizzas, hotels and barges and everything else, but also, and not just benefits, free NHS, but also I'm going to get a job before I'm even approved as a legal migrant, or as whatever you want to call it. Before I even become anything, I would even get a job, and I could use that money to send money back home to my wife and children who are still at home. Now, when Nigel Farage was approached by the Telegraph about this issue, he also said a similar thing because he criticised the scheme, warning that it could act as a pull factor to encourage more migrants to come to the UK illegally. He told the Telegraph that this is a disaster. Once the traffickers can advertise jobs and free board, even more will want to come. Rwanda is completely irrelevant in comparison to this. Now, there's another thing to consider. Forget about the fact that this is just against our safety. We don't know who these people are. Forget about the fact that this is not really good because they will not automatically integrate. It will not really enrich our cultures. There's another big issue. Forget about the natives. This is about those who are waiting legally in the queue, economic migrants and the others, who've been waiting for years to hit certain criteria, certain requirements, to make sure they speak English, to make sure they want to integrate, to make sure they want to actually contribute. Those guys are still waiting to get a job, and our economy, our government says we need more people to come and do certain jobs. There are people waiting in the queue, and you're allowing those who just pay a few £1,000s to a people smuggler, an actual criminal, to get on a boat, to come here, and not only refuse to enrich our culture and completely put our peoples at harm because we don't know who they are, they're also undermining the legal migrant who want to legally come here and actually contribute. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.